What's up, children of the sun? This is your spiritual nomad, Montre Bible. Yes, that's my real last name. And today I'll be giving my 2 cents on what comes across my news feed. This video is called The Truth About Other Dimensions. I was like, okay, I'm clicking on that one.
When we say Naga, you are just thinking of a snake that lives in these hills or elsewhere. But in this cosmos, there are many other manifestations of Naga which are not of human origin. We do not know
Mm.
who created them, definitely not human beings, but
Okay, so first, have you guys heard about the Nagas? If you haven't, stop, Google, come back.
they are floating around in the cosmos and doing their own thing. Whoever wants to perceive, whoever wants to dig deeper into life, for them it's always been available. Well, Adiyogi is carrying a naga around his throat. This represents that aspect
In a
of you.
nutshell, the Nagas are like the serpent people, wisdom, where a lot of humans interacted with. So they're like godlike beings that are in the serpent form.
Where you're able to perceive something which your senses cannot perceive. Every major event in my life is always punctuated with the presence of Naga. Where the five senses fail, there the work of the Naga begins. So, what is this Naga about?
What
This
is
is not limited to one area or one geography on the planet. Literally across the planet, this has been there. Why is this so? Even in places where there is not been much serpent population, even there, the Naga veneration and the serpent worship has been there. Those right from ancient times who looked at this profoundly realized that even our faculties, the existing faculties of five senses of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting and touching have their limits, and beyond that they will not go. You can stretch it. You can stretch it beyond what your neighbor has, but it stops somewhere. But the human longing to expand, the human longing to know is limitless.
That's true. And let's talk about the Nagas just for a quick second because I was like, some of y'all might be like, "What? I ain't never heard no serpent people. That sounds like the devil." Let's A lot of our beliefs do come from, especially in America. And if you're a Black American, you're gonna be like, okay. So think about Christianity. We start out Genesis with a serpent. Other religions teach about the serpents as well. In Eastern cultures, dragons. So serpent iconography is all over spirituality and religion.
So, they came up with various devices how to enhance perception. In this, many things evolved, many things were done, many deities were created. They were literally windows into the cosmos. But Naga has been a significant part of it. When we say Naga, you are just thinking of a snake that lives in these hills or elsewhere. Well,
Hmm.
that is one part of it.
It's like the
Why,
Egyptians.
as you see, Adiyogi has Naga upon his shoulder, because Adiyogi is making a statement, he's as good as me. So as a part of this, both
Cobra.
many forms of… energetic forms of Nagas were created and left loose in this cosmos. Some of them, these manifestations are made by human beings, but there are many other manifestations of Naga which are not of human origin. We do not know who created them, definitely not human beings, but
Mm.
they are floating around in the cosmos and doing their own thing. Whoever wants to perceive, whoever wants to dig deeper into life, for them it's always been available. Every major event in my life is always punctuated with the presence of Naga.
Hmm.
I didn't seek this, it always happened. In the early
I didn't choose the Naga life. The Naga life chose me.
part of my life, when I started closing my eyes, I didn't do anything particular, just close my eyes. The need to open my eyes was gone. So if I sat in a place somewhere in some hills or some forest,
What's up, my
4 or 5 hours,
Naga?
if I sat with my eyes closed, when I opened, there would be 12, 15 cobras sitting there and waiting. They were my first disciples, but they were not my disciples. I was the disciple, because it took me some time to realize that they are perceiving something more easily than I'm trying to perceive. In a much simpler way, they are able to perceive. It took some time for me to keep the human part of my intellect down and just perceive things like a naga.
Hmm.
What is this about? When did Sadhguru
Perceive like a
become this kind?
naga.
He's always been this kind. It's just that it's important that in today's world, everything needs to be logically correct. Being logically correct will take us to a certain point. Beyond that, unless you know how to evolve your logic
Hmm.
where it will touch the magic of life, otherwise we get stopped by our own logic.
Mm.
As you step into these realms, either you will defeat your logic or your logic will defeat you. One
It's getting to this point where you realize you have to come to the realization that you don't know everything. There's something that you don't know, and there's more to know. So, how do you figure it out? How do you learn more? You have to step outside of your boundary.
of these things will happen. So defeating your logic is not going to be that easy. It takes really earth-shaking experiences within you. When something very fundamental is moved, only then you will drop your logic. Otherwise, you will not give it up. So the only thing that will happen is your logic will defeat you. I don't want that to
Mm.
happen to you. Your logic is wonderful. I've always nurtured it in everybody, but it is also limited.
You have to be
Well,
like a
in
child.
21st century, starting a Naga process is little risky for me because I have a reputation as a very logical guru, which I may lose. But I've reached a point where I'm not interested in reputations anymore. That part of the work is done. In the yogic culture, maximum attention was given to Naga. Well, the yogi is carrying a Naga around his throat because this represents that aspect of you where you're able to perceive something which your senses cannot perceive. Where the five senses fail, there the work of the Naga begins.
That looks like an alien.
Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Now
Hello.
you have heard what Sadhguru said about Nagas. Hereafter, you will get additional information about Naga species. Before we begin,
I need
don't
to go to
forget to
India.
hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our content.
Okay.
Nagas are the oldest species among the many species living on this earth. Nagas are mentioned in all the cultures of this earth. Nagas are also described in many mythological texts. In the modern era, Nagas are called reptilian alien species.
We've heard about the
Many people
reptilians
think that the concept of Nagas is fake,
or
but on
evil.
the other hand, some people even claim to have had interactions with the reptilian being at some point.
And see, this is my view on reptilians or Nagas or reptilian people. I think they have the potential to be evil, just like people, and they have potential to be good. I think they are creations that we can perceive most of the time as people. But do I think they're inherently evil or no? But I think they exist.
Those who have experienced this or have heard of someone else's experience, please share it with us in the comment box. Nagas came to this earth from a different dimension and have helped humans a lot in process of human evolution.
They're spirits.
Many people think that Naga means snakes, but it's not like that.
Okay.
Nagas are neither snakes nor a human. They are completely different species. Nagas are highly enlightened beings. To put it simply, a Naga has same power and capacity as a yogi of one's highest level. Nagas are also given a great importance in yoga and meditation. Kundalini Shakti is one form of it. When a person's Kundalini Shakti is awakened, the person feels a sense of unlimited power. And whenever the Kundalini Shakti is activated, the seeker feels that a snake is slowly moving up through his body from the Muladhara chakra to the Brahmarandhara chakra.
Hmm.
It is said that the knowledge of Kundalini Shakti was given to us long ago by Nagas. Hence, Whenever the Kundalini is activated, the energy travels through the body in a form of serpent. You may not know, but the person we consider to be the father of Yoga Sutra, named Patanjali Maharaj, who wrote the book called Yoga Sutra, which gives a deep information about many forms of yoga. Patanjali was also a Naga and belonged to the Naga species. As intelligent and highly advanced as Naga species are, they have another quality which is shape shifting.
Oh,
They are also shape shifters. A shape shifter means they can convert themselves from their original form into any form.
I told you they can look human.
In short, they can take a form of anyone. A temple in Mahabalipuram in India also has several sculptures which clearly show the Nagas coming from the underworld in reptilian form to the surface of earth and immediately transforming themselves into the human form after coming to the surface of the earth. The Mayan culture, South America, Israel, Cambodia, and of course India still have many temples where serpent deities are worshipped.
Mm.
Especially in India, every village in every state has a temple or idol of Nagadevata. Nagas are also mentioned in many incidents of Mahabharata. When the Kaurava tried to kill Bhima as a child by using poison, it was the Nagas who saved Bhima from that poison. Also, Arjuna, the great archer in Mahabharata, had a Naga princess as one of his many wives.
Which means that we have hybrid people. We have people who have the serpent blood, the serpent bloodline. There are people who have more serpent bloodline power, which makes them, I guess, not act like normal humans. They have, um, because they have this, mm, a little disconnect. That's what I would say.
Her name was Ulupi. Arjun and Ulupi also had a child. So, in this way,
This is where we get the stories of the Nephilim and the giants and stuff, and why we perceive Nagas to be mostly evil because of so much history that we've had with these serpent people and so much negative stuff that's happened. Um, so humans are been like, okay, we're just gonna leave these people, leave these serpent people alone, leave these Nagas alone, leave these dragons alone, because everything that comes from them, every time we interact with them, just is just negative, which is not always the case. There's been some good stuff too that's happened in humanity, but there's also been some negative stuff. There's still still some negative stuff because I still believe that people are being controlled by some of these reptilian type people, uh, where we get like this was it totalitarian rule kind of thing. Heartless, they're not as empathetic.
the presence of Nagas on this earth has been mentioned in many Mahagranthas as well as Puranas. I know these things are very unimaginable and hard to believe, but all these books will not tell lies. We cannot make the references about Nagas in them false.
That's why I gotta know
Anyway,
history.
I have tried to present this topic in my way. If you like these efforts, please like the video. If these contents captivate your interest, don't forget to share your thought in the comment section. Would you like to see more content on this kind of topic? Tell us, and we will explore further. Thank you for joining us on this.
All right, guys, and that's the end of the video. I mean, pretty straightforward. As the guy was saying, if you like this video, like it and share it, and let me know what you think about Nagas, reptilians, dragons. Do you believe they're real? Do you think it's just all a bunch of bullshit? Let me know, and remember to make your reality happen. Because if you don't do it, then who will? I will talk to you guys later.